Hello there, guys. Well, today's the day, and I'm on the West Coast. I'm in California. I'm in Los Angeles, and so it's still 2.5 hours away before the child pornographic pedophile promoting film is airing, and I am sick about it. When the Jackson family went to support Michael in the 2000 and I think the preliminary hearing was in 2005 or 2004, they all wore white. And so I'm wearing all white, okay, for innocence, okay, even my white earrings, my white pearls, okay, my clear glasses, my white shirt. So I'm wearing white, okay, for innocence. And so I'm dressing the part, right? Okay, there's lots and lots of stuff to get to. There's lots of things that have happened in the last couple of days since I talked to you guys. The fans are fantastic. Okay, you fans are great at research and finding everything. I swear, I can't even keep up with a lot of the stuff. Well, I have a lot of notes, okay? But before, we got to talk about HBO. Remember back, it was scheduled on my mother's birthday, rest in peace, Mom. December 10th, 1995, Michael was supposed to do an HBO special, and he got sick. He got a stomach virus. He was extremely dehydrated, and he was in the hospital for several days. Well, he had to cancel that HBO special. So I'm hoping HBO isn't holding a grudge, and this is revenge for Michael canceling something almost, 95 to almost 25 years ago, 24 years ago. You know what I mean? Come on, guys, really? So let's not hope that they're that petty, okay? But Plepper, the guy that just left HBO, he was a part of all that. Okay, he was still around HBO during that time, so I don't know. Okay, but I just wanted to bring that to your attention. Brett Barnes, okay, he's threatened to sue, okay, because in the documentary, supposedly, Wade says that he was dumped by Michael for Brett Barnes, and Brett Barnes became the new pedophile interest of Michael's. And Brett Barnes is like, that ain't true, dude, and I'm gonna sue you. Keep my name out your stuff, and sent a letter and a legal letter from a lawyer, which is the preliminary to filing a lawsuit. So Brett Barnes asked to be taken out of the documentary. So we're gonna see if he's out of there. Now, you guys don't have to watch, and please don't. Please don't. I have to watch because I do interviews, and if anybody asks me my opinion of the documentary and I say I haven't watched it, I lose credibility. So I have to watch. Okay? And I'm regretting it so much. And I have to. And my friend called me. She's like, girl, do you have a sedative? I'm like, I don't take anything. I don't take any pills. I don't know what a sedative is, where to get one from, or anything, So I'm just going to have to bear with it, and just kind of handle it, and just know that it's a fairy tale. It's a fantasy. It's like watching a gross movie you don't want to watch, a movie you want to walk out of the theater, but you can't. Because your teacher's gonna make you do a report on it. Okay, so that's how I feel. So I have to watch it, but I recommend no one to watch it. And Roland Martin, who is a guy from TV1, which is a black channel, and also CNN, and he's an activist, and he's also a writer of some Chicago paper, old time Chicago paper. Anyway, he asked people, are you gonna watch LN? Right? You're going to watch LN. And there were like over 900 responses, and I only could get to like 300. And 100% of people, and this is outside of the fan base, outside of the MJ fan base, they said, we're not watching. Okay, it's a lie, and they were very well versed. People were saying, why am I going to believe somebody who testified under oath several times that Michael never molested him, but in front of a camera when he's not under oath, he's telling this fantasy about him and Michael being in love, and they had this love relationship, and it wasn't mean, it was in love, and all this stuff. I think it's a promotion for the public to kind of get ready for man-boy sex. I mean, we got perverts in Hollywood that are doing some perverted stuff, and I hate to say this, but I can't, I'm trying to figure out why David Geffen's in this. Why he invited Oprah and Gail to his yacht and they watched Leaving Neverland days after it premiered at Sundance. David, what's it to you, baby? What's it to you? That's Ebonic talk, meaning what business is it of yours? Why do you care? Why are you involved? Black people say, what's it to you? Okay? What's it to you, David Geffen? I don't know. Okay, maybe you're trying to cover up for Weinstein, Harvey Weinstein, because Weinstein, it was already reported that Weinstein would use Michael as a front and get all the publicity looking at Michael while his publicity, negative publicity, was being hidden in the back channels of the media, right? So is that something that maybe Weinstein got something on Geffen? I don't know, really. I don't know, but I just know that Geffen and Oprah and Gail were together and they watched it before anybody else. And now Gail is Gail is on board because we know that they were on the Today Show. Wade and James were on the Today Show. ROBson and SafeCHECK, because they're trying to rob and get a check. Okay. And also Oprah now is doing this special tomorrow night after the second part airs, and she got 100 child abuse victims, and I saw the promotion, they look traumatized. I mean, Oprah, how could you do this? How could you put them through this? And it's so skewed that when you ask questions and you're among people who want to believe you because that happened to them, it's skewing this. Oprah, I think they're trying to take you down, homie. Okay, I think they're trying to take you down and get some of those billions out of your control before you leave it to them African girls in your school. And remember, there was a false allegation at your school. And also, your daddy was falsely accused, Oprah, that you paid off for $50,000, okay? Or he was accused of some type of sexual misconduct, Oprah's daddy, and Oprah's school too. Okay, and Oprah, you said, I know I'm gonna get backlash from this. Well, why are you doing it then? I could see if you wanted to stop a pedophile, and you believe Michael was a pedophile, and you believe that he was living, and you wanted to stop him. Hey, but right now, what's the point? You think he's dead, so what's the point? The point is money. That's it. Or if calling in a favor, or you being put in a trick bag, Oprah, because you're losing a lot of support. It's not just Michael Jackson's fanatics, and we are fanatics, proud of it, right? Because we study Michael Jackson, we learn Michael Jackson, and that's why we're fans, is because we're not just stupid just listening to the music and going, oh, that's such a great song, we love you, even though that's a huge part of it. And that's why we started loving him as a member of the Jackson 5. But as we, went on and he became a tabloid sensation, we decided that we're going to check and do a lot of research. And that's why we're fanatics for Michael, because we search for the truth. Okay. With Oprah also said, Michael, it's over for you. Really? But you think he died almost 10 years ago. So what's the point? You want to destroy his legacy when you know a lot of people use him as inspiration? A lot of kids love him, the dance moves, the music, the artistry. But I'm here to tell you, HBO, ATT, Wade, Jimmy, Oprah, okay, all you guys that are in your little sewing circle, guess what? Michael's not dead, and you will not be able to use the defense of you can't defame the dead, okay? Because it shouldn't matter if he's dead or not dead. You shouldn't be lying on someone. So you think that you can rest all this on you can't defame the dead defense? Oh no, that's not going to work, honey, because he's not dead. Nothing proves he's dead. I've looked for almost 10 years. Nothing proves Michael Jackson is dead. Nothing. He faked his death to get rid of people like you who are out to get him. Okay? He tried to get his freedom. That's why he faked his death. Okay? And I mean that. And anybody who thinks I'm stupid or retarded or dumb or whatever, please watch my live trilogy of Michael Jackson docs. There's a documentary right there. And I bet you I'll change your mind. Okay? So we're going to move on. There's lots and lots of information. Let's get to Dan Reid. Dan Reid, who is the director of this film, he bragged about being a gun for hire for people who had an agenda to do. So he makes documentaries who are propaganda films, and that's what this is. But except for it's child pornography, promoting the propaganda that the bullcrap that Michael's Neverland was a pedophile's dream, okay, or a place where he raped all kinds of boys because kids underage can't give consent, even though Wade and them said every time he wanted me to perform oral sex, he says, can I? He asked for permission. It's some sick stuff going on, and I'll report back. I'm gonna watch it. I'm gonna have my notes with me. Dan Reid also said that in September 2016, he's the one that approached the lawyers for Wade and Jimmy, okay, and said, let me do a documentary. Oh, really? That was around the time that this law firm, they're dirty, okay? They were doing all kinds of rehashing of old stuff, old disproven BS, and they were losing. They were losing the case. And so they decided to try it in the court of public opinion. And that's what this is, okay? But I wonder who called who first. I really do. I wonder who called who first, okay? Dan Reid already had the deal with HBO, and HBO is a co-owner of this documentary, okay? So let me move on. Whoopi. Thank you, Whoopi Goldberg, for defending Michael. Thank you. And you know what all this is about? All this is about Evan Chandler, who started this mess because he wanted to get paid, because he wanted Michael to finance a movie for him called Robin Hood Men in Tights. And Michael refused. He wanted to have Michael build a wing onto his house. Michael refused. And that's where these allegations first came from. And then they were continued through Tom Sneddon, Diane Dimond, the sicko pedophile Mambla member, Victor Gutierrez, in which Victor Gutierrez's book, who claims that Geordi had a diary and he got all the salacious stuff. He never had a diary. He claimed there was a videotape of Michael and one of his nephews, and I won't mention which nephew, having sex, which Michael sued in '96, and Michael won a $2.7 million lawsuit against him because there was no tape. And I think that clears Michael of all these charges, because that was in '98. So when Michael asked for the tape, you're opening up Pandora's box, okay, to relive all the Geordi allegations, all the allegations to prove your innocence. And Michael Jackson won a $2.7 million lawsuit, in the sicko Victor Gutierrez, who wrote a book, who believes in man-boy sex, who believes that it should one day in 100 years it'll be legal. I mean, we're going too far away from norm, okay? Too many things are going on that's just out of bounds, okay? And I believe that this is a part of the beginning of trying to get the public to accept man-boy sex. I mean, why so graphic? We don't need to know that, okay? So anyway, and then Maureen Orth was another one. And also the Geordi Chandler lawsuit, at first it was for $30 million. So they settled for less. Nobody really knows the amount of how many millions they settled for, but at first it was a $30 million lawsuit. Michael settled it because he was embarrassed. And he wanted it to go away, and he wanted to get back to doing what he loved, which is making music and entertaining people. So he was talked into settling, but then he got tired, because once he settled, then the lies kept going. So then he sued Diane Dimond, KABC, Hard Copy, which is no longer a show on the air, and Victor Gutierrez and Diane Dimond, and they lost, and that really cleared him from all these charges, including Wade ROBson, including ROBson, including James SafeCHECK, because they were all prior. Now, James SafeCHECK is saying he was Michael's first now. Really? I mean, the wedding and all that. This is just ridiculous stupidity. Michael was really after the mama, Geordi Chandler's mother, June. I learned that in the 2005 trial. Michael liked her. And that's why he was hanging around them so much. Because he liked the mother, June. And he bought her all kinds of jewelry and everything. And then it just got switched up because it was always Michael, June, the mother, Geordi, the son, and the little daughter, and the daughter. Okay? Michael had a crush on June, not Geordi. And the father was, and the ex-father, the husband that she was divorced from, I guess he was jealous. And he made all this stuff up. Because Michael was providing what the dentist, Evan Chandler, who was a dentist, couldn't provide. Michael was in love with June. That's what that was about, okay? All right. Oh, and also with Geordi, do you know there was a lawsuit between Geordi and his father? Because his father apparently tried to kill Geordi Chandler. Let me tell you, that family went to pieces, okay? Geordi hadn't talked to his mother in years, and neither his father, and that family just destroyed that family. Even though they got all those millions, it destroyed them because of the lies. Okay, and there's a report out there that Geordi said Michael never touched him. And I hope Geordi does come forward and say Michael never did anything, because his dad was the catalyst that made all this happen. Okay, come out on camera, Geordi. Come out on camera. All right. Let's see. Oh, the ROBson, the 2005 trial. This is very important. In the 2005 trial, after we saw Living with Michael Jackson, and the little boy had his head on Michael's shoulder, and they're talking about sharing the bed, and Michael said, no, you can sleep in my bed. While Michael said, I'll sleep on the floor. I'll sleep on the floor. Michael slept on the floor, okay? Anyway, they claimed the sexual abuse happened after the Living with Neverland, okay, afterwards. Can you imagine? Afterwards, while everybody's investigating. All of it's stupid. No wonder he won 14 out of 14 counts. Okay, I have more notes. Okay. Oh, the HBO trailer. Okay, I told you guys about that. Do you know that a trailer that was uploaded by HBO the next day on the 20th has more views than the Living with Neverland, like almost 1 million more views? Leaving Neverland is disliked 4 times as many people, or 400% more people dislike the trailer than like it. So that's a good sign. All right. Yoshi, okay, I think she's the one, I wonder, either her or Stacy, one of Reid's daughters, is the one that dated, and I think it's Yoshi that dated Wade Robson too, as well as Brandy dated Wade Robson for 7 years, right? From age, like, they liked each other age 10, Michael set them up at age 12, and while Michael was having sex and they were in love, Michael sets him up and he's hanging around Brandy and their boyfriend and girlfriend, and Brandy's there when Wade's there, and she don't notice any hanky-panky. Okay, and they were together for until they were 19 years old. I mean, it just gets so stupid when you look into this. It's so stupid. Okay. Anyway, she came out and she said, "Oh, I'm gonna turn my camera around. Okay, because I have a whole lot of stuff that's up. Okay, let me see if I can find it. I'm sorry, guys. I have a whole lot of stuff that's up. Okay. Let's see. Okay, here's all the stuff that's up. I don't want to turn it around before I get the actual article up. Okay. Yoshi, where are you, Yoshi? I thought I saved what you wrote. Well, anyway, she has come out and she has said, let me see if I can find it by doing a search. Okay. I thought I had this. Oh, here we go. I'm going to turn my camera around. This was really good. Okay. Yoshi says that she has been around. Okay, come on, camera. Don't act a fool today. Okay. Yoshi said that she had been around Wade and the mother for a long time, and one day they were having a conversation, and they were talking about how ridiculous the accusations were that that Michael had molested Wade, and they were kind of laughing about how ridiculous and how stupid it was. And they made the comment that they're telling me how much money they could have made if they lied, which was unthinkable, they said. Okay, so they knew that they can get a payday from this, and this includes the mother. Okay, here it is right here. Yoshi Brown, that's Reeby's daughter. Okay, she says, they're telling me how much money they could have made if they lied, which was unthinkable, they said. Okay, so they're sitting there and they said proof when it comes to sexual abuse is the number one thing. That's exactly, there's no proof, okay? But they knew that they could make money, and it just took them, after they believed that Michael was dead, then, and then their comments about what they would say, oh my God. Their comments about what they would say is just outrageous, okay, if Michael was alive, okay? I got to show you guys that, okay? If Michael was alive, this is what these guys said that they would say, okay? Are you guys there? Okay, all right. So, let's see. They said that they would... Okay, here we go. Okay, here we go. This is what Safechuck said. James Safechuck said, Safechuck then admitted that he might have never come clean about his experiences with Jackson had the musician not died from a propofol overdose nearly a decade ago. Propofol is used in cryonic freezing. It was a body double. It was not Michael's body. And I prove it thoroughly in Alive 2, Michael Jackson, The Great Escape. He says, quote, I don't know. Would I have taken this to my grave? I certainly planned on doing that. I had no expectations of ever telling anyone, he explained. Quote, if he was still alive, maybe I would have taken it to my grave. Oh, so you're only telling when he can't defend himself? I mean, they're telling you right there, right? Only because Michael's not here to defend himself. Here's another one, ROBson. It's hard to speculate as to what would be the situation if Michael was still alive. ROBson said, I guess if I could speculate if Michael was still alive and all the rest of the details of my life were the same, meaning I became a father, right? And I went through the same process that I did of this realization and going through the healing process. My belief is that we still be doing this. Of course, some details may be different. Wait a minute. Why would details be different? Why would details be different? The truth is the truth. You see what I mean? They're full of it. This is a fantasy fairy tale. This is not true. This is it's awful. I feel just so awful that this has happened. You know, some details would be different. I feel just awful about the whole thing. Okay? I'm trying to turn my camera around. Okay, you know, my phone sometimes does really good, and then sometimes it does not do good. Okay, so I guess it's getting ready to rotate. You should see me in a second, because it said camera rotate. So I'm sorry, guys. Okay, here we go. All right, so if Michael was still alive, there'd be details that would be different, or you would have taken it to your grave and you wouldn't have said anything? Why? Because Michael was going to beat you or kill you? What? What happened to Geordi Chandler? His daddy tried to kill him, not Michael. Geordi Chandler got millions of dollars. He's safe somewhere. He's not hurt. These are grown men saying that now. This is all a fantasy. This is all bull, and I'm glad the majority of people aren't putting up with it. I'm so glad that they're not, okay? Okay, there's more stories, okay? There's like just so much going on, and I want to make sure I get all the details that I want to get details. Aaron Carter also has threatened to sue, okay? He has said, leave me out of this situation. I don't want any parts of it. Now, Wade is calling out some more accusers because he knows he's losing, okay? He knows that he is losing. Okay, so this is Wade leaving a Twitter message. I think this is, one of them. It's ATT, by the way, whoever his phone service is. Look at Wade. Look at that phone service. ATT. AT&T. See that? Okay. Wade ROBson Creations. I wonder if they give him free phone service. Okay? Even if it is difficult, it is time to find the courage to tell. He is calling out, Wade is calling out Aaron Carter, Emmanuel Lewis, Macaulay Culkin, Corey Feldman, Omar Batty, Brett Barnes, Gavin Arvizo, Geordi Chandler, and the Cascio brothers, Frank and Eddie. He's calling them out. Okay, stop the silence. You know why? Because he's losing. And he's like, look, you guys want to get paid? We're going to make a lot of money if you just come out. Aaron Carter said, I'll sue you. Okay? Emmanuel Lewis already made a statement that is not true. Macaulay Culkin already testified under oath that is not true. Corey Feldman threatened to sue and said there's other pedophiles, but they're not him. Omar Batty, he's never said that nothing happened, but if it did, I'm sure he would tell, right? Brett Barnes threatened to sue. Gavin Arvizo, they already lost in 2005. Geordi Chandler, we know, I just spent a lot of time talking about Geordi Chandler. And Frank and Eddie were asked by Oprah. I remember they did the show when the Michael album controversy was out. And they wanted to know, were those really Michael's songs? And Frank said Michael recorded them in their basement. And they were on the Oprah Winfrey show. And Oprah asked the father, did you ever ask them if Michael molested them? And he said, yeah, all the time. And they said nothing happened. So I don't know. See, Wade thinks everybody's like him and SafeCHECK. SafeCHECK looked like he's about to crack. Okay, he looks like he's about to crack any minute, and that he would not pass a lie detector. Wade right now is cocky, and I believe that he may be able to trick a lie detector. I've challenged them to a lie detector. Okay, if anybody has any way of contacting SafeCHECK, please let me know. Now, this was a while ago. I want to show you guys this, okay? This is, I believe, SafeCHECK's brother. Okay, and this tweet was back in October 2013 when they first started the lawsuit. And this is what he says. He says, my cuz / I were two of the kids that used to hang out with him, meaning Michael. Great person. It's all bull crap. No settlement happened. Okay, see, even his mother or his brothers and whoever, not his mother, Wade's mother and sister did not believe that this was going to go this far either. Okay, so, and the brother as well. So we got family members, if you look back in their history, you'll find out that they have denied and didn't know anything about Michael molestation and believed him. Okay, now this is Wade Robson. This is him coming out the courtroom in 2005. Okay, happy as can be, proud of himself, right? Told the truth, right? Look at him. If you lied in 2005, knowing that there were 2 kids living with Michael, 2 boys, 3 kids altogether, Paris, Prince, and Blanket, right? You didn't give a damn about them. You didn't care about anybody. Since you were 23 years old, Wade, you knew what sex was. Oh, I couldn't convince myself it was wrong. The police, when they interrogated you in 93 and in 2005, they told you know what sex is? You had a girlfriend. You had been sleeping and having sex with Brandy for years. When it became age appropriate, you were cheating with Britney Spears and a lot of other people. So you knew what sex was. So this is a lie that you didn't know it was wrong. You knew it was wrong, but you're using it as psychobabble in order to sell your case, sell your lie, sell your fantasy. This is a man that just walked out of the 2005 courtroom, finished testifying. He's proud of himself. This is not a man that has any guilt about lying or has any guilt about, leaving children in the presence of what he considers a pedophile. This is